What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're here for a new rebuild here in Madden 24, and that is of the Houston Texans. I should have waited. Today is my birthday. I am 31 years old. I should have just done the Eagles rebuild today, but I wasn't really thinking. So we're going to have a little bit of fun here, and we're going to rebuild the Houston Texans on the B-Day. And I would say I usually try to reply to all the comments today. I'm going to the zoo, taking them today, whenever you guys watch this. I'm going to take my kids to the zoo just because Madden's been crazy. Last 2 weeks, non-stop daily uploads. It's the end of the summer for them. Haven't been able to spend as much time as I would like to. So I'm like, you know what, screw it. On my B-Day, unplugging. We're going to the freaking zoo. We're going to see some animals. We're going to have some fun. So everything else, thanks in advance, just because I probably won't be around a whole lot. But I am excited today to continue the streak. All of our rebuilds so far at Madden 24, we have been able to get a Super Bowl. There's been no rebuild that we've left all you, the viewer, myself, empty-handed. We need to continue that here today with the Houston Texans. So I will say, because it is cheesy, I only get to say this once a year because it's my birthday, hit the like button. Let's get a lot of likes. Let's literally just get as many likes if you watch this and you enjoy it as we possibly can on the old B-Day. And subscribe if it's your first time stopping by. Let's take a look at this Texans squad. So they did get a brand new head coach, as you can see at the top of the screen there. DeMeco Ryans, that is my favorite head coaching hire in a very long time. Big time DeMeco Ryans fans. Obviously started his career and was big time, and probably his peak was with the Houston Texans, but near the end of his career came to Philadelphia, was awesome. One of the games that I went to, literally was a 0-touchdown game. We lost to the Cowboys, but DeMeco Ryans intercepted a Tony Romo pass. That was the only exciting thing. I remember that. I'll always remember that. So I've always liked DeMeco Ryans. Then obviously went on to become a great defensive coordinator with the 49ers, and then coming back to where it all started as a head coach for the Houston Texans. I think he's a guy. With myself now, as a tandem, we can build this thing into a Super Bowl contender in 5 years. Looking at the offense, the O-line, not bad, not great, but also not bad. You got Larry Tunsil, one of the best left tackles in the NFL. That is a very hard position to find great talent, so we're going to be pretty good there. I'm going to hope that we can develop Kendrick Green, Juice Scruggs, the rookie out of Penn State. Not a great starting point at 67, but we'll try our best. Shaq Mason for a veteran presence. You got Titus Howard here, who is serviceable. Dalton Schultz on a rental. Again, another just serviceable type player. Was really nice for the Dallas Cowboys. Consistent. At the wide receiver room, we're going to go with the Young Bucks. We got John Mechie, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell. All 5'10", and I don't even think he's 165, Tank Dell. But, I mean, he was so impressive. I watched a couple of Houston games last year. He was incredible. I watched the Senior Bowl. He was doing some one-on-one moves that I've never seen to get separation. And I mean, we still got the old head here, Bobby Trees. He'll still be involved a little bit, but I really think when we're like this much of a rebuild, we are not going to be competing anytime soon. Let's get the young guys out there. Let's see if we can get some dev traits to see if we can get some chemistry with CJ Stroud. Dameon Pierce in the backfield, one of my favorite running backs in the NFL, full Gator bias. I mean, I like a lot of the things that are going on. Dameon Pierce, one of the hardest runners in the NFL. You throw in the fact you got a Canadian here and John Mechie, who might be the most talented wide receiver in the room. I like Houston. DeMeco Ryans is cool. Now, you get CJ Stroud at quarterback. I thought he was a little overhyped, but I think he's still a fine quarterback prospect. Fine guy that you can be optimistic could develop into your guy. I did not look too much into what his base stats are. I think that's a little light on the throw power. I would have guessed him to be like 91 throw power, somewhere in that range, 89. Doesn't even break that 90 threshold, but plenty accurate, can move if need be, not a true dual threat. Yeah, make him a captain. I think we can let him be our leader and bring us to a Super Bowl. Build a team around him. Might need to get some, an X factor at wide receiver, but okay. I mean, the offense, mixed bag, but generally optimistic. Defense is a different story. Starts with Will Anderson Jr., one of my 4 blue chip players in the draft last year. Will Anderson, Bijan Robinson, Bryce Young, and Jalen Carter. I love the fact that Houston just straight up I'm going to trade up and get Will Anderson too. They had a high pick, and then they got another high pick. I think it was Cardinals that they traded with to get Will Anderson. That is an outstanding piece of business there. Now, I don't want to spoil, if you don't know, what is behind that blue question mark there. I think he got robbed. I'm very, very surprised with how EA decided the dev trade on Will Anderson is. But I'm going to make it a point in this rebuild to correct that at some point. He is going to be a monster for us. Rest of the front, not the best. Kind of just like role players. You got John Grenard. I mean, anytime you got Florida Gators starting, I'm going to be all right with it. But for the most part, really even the whole front 7. Perriman's solid. Christian Harris is a great athlete. But that's a lot of normal devs. That is we got to hopefully get a good role here or there. I would love Harris, maybe John Grenard, get up to a star dev, and they could develop for us. Even the veteran Denzel Perryman, he's solid, he's underrated. Could be something there, but generally underwhelming for the rest of the front seven. You got Jimmy Ward here coming over, falling over to DeMeco Ryans, kind of help him install his defense. That's a great fit. He's 87. You have Jalen Petrie, who was my favorite safety. He was my safety 2 years ago. Ended up last year going for like 150 tackles, 5 interceptions for the Houston Texans. And that is because I bet Baylor pretty much every Saturday in 2022. I watched every Baylor game. They were my favorite team in the Big 12. And Jalen Petrie was unstoppable. He was the best DB in all of the Big 12, which is, maybe not saying a lot. They don't play a lot of defense over there, but like he could do it all. He played a little bit of linebacker. He could tackle. He could cover. He's a good athlete. So I'm very happy that he ended up in Houston. I think DeMeco Ryans is going to maximize that. Rest of the secondary, you got Steven Nelson, good role player. Griffin here, solid. Stingley's the big dog, though. He's a guy that you could not develop him in Madden 23. I hope having DeMeco Ryans here now and in Madden 24, he actually pops off, because last year he was very underwhelming, even underwhelming in real life. I mean, what was the stat lines? 41 tackles, had 1 interception. You know, by everyone's standards, Derek Stingley was a little disappointing last year, especially given, you know, the other corners over in the draft. We're not going to talk about that. It still could be a fresh wound. But we're going to do our best here to make Derek Stingley. We'll bump up the depth chart here. We'll make him put in some respect. We're going to get his ego inflated here a little bit, make him corner 1. We're going to try to build this defense around Will Anderson, Derek Stingley, and Jalen Petrie. We're going to be able to sprinkle in other guys. They're going to be able to come in, but eventually we're going to have a defense that's going to fit the identity of DeMeco Ryans. He's going to play elite like his 49ers defenses, and we're going to allow the offense to develop, led by CJ Stroud and Dameon Pierce, and we are going to win one, if not multiple, Super Bowls here today. Let's get into year number 1. Let's fire this passing drill here. Let's see what CJ Stroud's about. Our goal is gold, but silver would be fine too, because it shaves off some snaps of his dev trait, and he gets an overall point. But no one's really running the routes great. So we're going to start with an interception. Phenomenal. This drill here is all about just the multiplier. Stack as many completions as you possibly can, and then get your touchdown. Like, you want to be milking your way down the field, have that at like ×7 when you're getting your first tutty. There we go, Bobby Trees. It was all right. You know, maybe not the best zip of the ball, but he's completing a lot of passes. We got that up to a ×5. This is where this drill sucks when you get in the red zone, because you kind of have to like run the routes that they're telling you to, and it's not always the best selection for the down and distance. But I mean, we're slinging this damn thing here up to ×7. We just need silver. Might have a shot at gold. There we go. Patience. Hit Nico Collins back of the end zone. We got the silver. What is gold? 10K? We got 20 seconds left. Okay, probably should have hit that. That's going to probably fuck us over here. God damn it. Can we start stacking that multiplier here? We might have a shot. If we can get this up to like a ×5. And then get it to... Man, and Bobby Tree's looking good, man. He's balling out right now. He's like, oh, you want to move me down the depth chart because I'm an old man? Not that old. I'm Bobby freaking Trees. It's going to be close. Like, this is going to have to finish with a tutty. But can we get this catch here real quick? Get up to a 5. There's a shot. If we get a touchdown here. Ah! God damn it. All right, whatever. We'll take silver. I also want to show off the other first-round pick, Will Anderson. So we're going to get him going here. I feel like it's going to be pretty good. We're just going to run past you. Especially because don't have the best offense. Like, a lot of time, like when I do with this, the Eagles and stuff, it's just like, oh, great. I'm going against literally the best offensive line. 1v1, trying to get this little bubble. Let's get off our blocks. Oh, run him down to the ground. This is, for the most part, the easiest drill to get gold in. It's one of those ones where like, hey, how come I can't get gold? Don't know what to tell you, man. Just freaking run into the guy, move your analog sticks around, and just the hardest thing is don't run into these goddamn spinning wheels of death, because all they're going to do is jam you up, lock you out, and as soon as you fall out of that little green square, it ends the drill, ends the rep. Kind of hurts your multiplier there. Oh, I need to hit all these. And it's never bad to kind of break the, you know, cheese here. Look, I've missed a couple of the multipliers. Just make sure you run through those. Who says we're keeping it realistic here? Oh, get clipped here. Okay, and then also sometimes they rob you a little bit because I absolutely think we went through that. There we go. Just get off our blocks. Double getting the multiplier and smash him down to the ground. Get the gold medal. Ooh, is this Bobby Trees? Want to talk about John Mechie? A little bit of a mentorship. Awesome. It's that bugged one that's been bugged for like 3 years now. It doesn't give you anything. Sensational. Absolutely sensational. Okay, well, let's take a look here at this training camp standout. It's Derek Stingley Jr. Beautiful. We'll go into man coverage here. It's always a nice little boost for him. +5. Love to see it. Now, the Packers hit us up with a trade offer here. John Runyon and a 5th for George Fant. I'd take this 10 times out of 10. Plus, it's John Runyon. You know, another Eagle tie here. I can't do it, though. Can't do it. But if you want to really give up John Runyon, where could he play on our team? We don't even need him. I'd be wanting to kick him to tackle like his old man. No, we're all right. Man, I'm going to be honest. Like, it's just bipolar. Guys I don't want to trade are getting good offers. Guys that are worth trading, not getting much. And, like, honestly, that's something I always like to add back into the rebuild. I always feel like I could trade a little bit more to make things a little more. But, like, there's not a lot of guys that could make an interesting trade at all for this squad right now. So, and the ones that do are like dumb trades anyways. They're like, why would the Packers ever offer me that? So I think we're gonna go into this year one with the roster that we got. I know what we can do, pick for player trades, and I decided to hit the trade block here. Bryce Huff of the New York Jets. They are just absolutely stacked right now at pass rush. Much as I like John Grenard, we can do a lot better. Huff, 77 star. We send a 3rd round pick to the Jets. Maybe that's even slightly overpaid. I feel like that's probably in line with what the Jets would be able to get for Bryce Huff at this given spot because he's not proven as a starter, kind of just more of a splash rotational guy. So I have no problem maybe paying the fair price of a 3rd round pick. He is in a contract year as well, so we don't really have much in terms of long-term security. He could have 0 interest and end up dipping, but I feel like that gives us a little bit here because my big issue was the lack of dev trades. I suppose we could hit back up the trade block, see if there's something there at linebacker. And the only name would be Nakobe Dean, but like there's 0 chance Philadelphia would be trading him, so I just don't want to crush the immersion. Then we'll go with the linebackers we got. Hopefully one of them rolls a dev trade. Definitely looking at Christian Harris in that department. Holy shit, week 1 we win 35-24. First game of the CJ Stroud, DeMeco Ryans era, and a player of the week performance going to Dameon Pierce. 110 yards, 4 touchdowns. Okay, that's how you started out. We are rolling. We are 4-1 with another weekly performance. 27-14, week 5. We knock off the Atlanta Falcons. This time with CJ Stroud thriving in his rookie season. 367 through the air, 3 passing touchdowns. So the midway point of year number 1, we sit atop the AFC South, as we like to say sometimes in rebuild, ahead of schedule, definitely ahead of schedule, 4-2 with a great defense. DeMeco Ryans as expected, as advertised, and our rookie offense, obviously we've seen, and we call it a rookie offense because it's so young in a lot of different spots, but CJ Stroud's got player like Dameon Pierce, so like there's potential for these guys to have big time performances, and that's what we've got en route to a 4-2 start. Looking at some contracts, $98 billion. And how are we going to spend it? We got any 5th-year options? We do not. Okay. So everything to play for here. They just traded for Josh Jones. Don't really know where you could fit. John Grenard kind of, pains me to say, came surplus with the Bryce Huff trade. We got Bryce Huff. No re-sign interest. We're going to see what we can do. We give him a 4-year. We'll bump that to 5.5 and 5. 4-year, $42 million. Bryce Huff locked and loaded. Great trade to make that with the Jets. I think Dalton Schultz, 4 years is not brutal. He'll be 31. Does have interest in re-signing, so we'll make him sign the dotted line. Now, the only bad thing is like I'm good for most of the. I mean, Griffin will be an interesting one. He's only 28, looking for a 1-year deal. I still want to look at corner potentially, but I mean, we have so much salary. That's not bad for 1 year. No, you don't have to worry about any regression or anything crazy like that. We don't need Singletary. We're just going to force feed Dameon Pierce as RB1. But we have a lot of salary cap, $75 million, which is great. That'd be great in Madden 23. But in Madden 24, we haven't had the best of luck with big-time free agency classes. So I don't know if we're going to be able to spend and put that 75 mil to good use. All right, we got a breakout scenario here in year one. I'm going to be honest with you. Usually when I record my rebuilds, it's like first thing in the morning. This is the day before my birthday, and it's nighttime. It's 11 o'clock. I'm probably going to be up working till 3 a.m. Would you guys care if I have a little hootski? I'm going to be turning 31 in 45 minutes. Might be worth a little hootski. Don't know if that's going to drastically change how this rebuild kind of falls out. But the shades get busted out. You guys know what happened. We have the breakout there for Bryce Huff, and we get the dub 31-13 over the Bucks. And if Bryce Huff gets superstar, that is going to be an all-timer trade here for Madden. So for a third-round pick, sometimes it's worth making a trade. And also, I would like your feedback. Do you guys want to see more trades? Obviously not ridiculous. This was a reasonable trade. I gave a pretty solid draft pick for a nice rotational D lineman that likely is on the trade block, even though might not be officially. I think at the right price they can move. And look what happened. We got rewarded for it. But you guys do want to see more trades in these rebuilds? Let me know in the comments below. And the wheels fell off a little bit on the back end of year one. Looked like we were destined for 11, 12 wins. We got 9 and 8. Second place in the South. Didn't make the playoffs. But that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Team still played better than expectations. We almost had a top 10 defense. And we're definitely, we know where we need to get better at. And we saw some big-time performances, knowing that our guys are capable of that. Get that into a little bit more consistency. We're going to feel pretty good. Not a bad rookie season. CJ Stroud, 3,900 yards passing, 31 touchdowns with 13 picks. Feels pretty good, man. We've done a lot of rebuilds this year where we are on run-first teams, where it's like you might get 1 or 2 years where your quarterback throws for 30 bombs, and then every other year you're always at risk of him going for like 21 touchdowns. See Colts rebuild, see the Steelers rebuild with Kenny Pickett. Those ones just off the top of my dome. But good start for CJ Stroud. Outstanding season here from Dameon Pierce. 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns, one of the best RBs in the league right now. As far as receiving is concerned, John Mechie, the slot wide receiver, thrived here in Houston. 84 catches, 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns. Tank Dell, the rookie, with almost 900 yards and 8 tutties. Not bad. Nico Collins is solid. Schultz was serviceable. But I love seeing that for Mechie. Hopefully he can get himself up to a silver dev. Denzel Perryman was a tackle machine. 138 tackles, 11 TFLs, 2 sacks, 2 picks. Christian Harris also a little bit of a breakout there. 109 tackles, 13 TFLs for him, 2 picks. Sacks, none. Ooh, it's one of them. It's one of them rebuilds, huh? Come on, fellas. What are we talking about here? 4 sacks? Huff got a breakout. He has a sack and a half. Huh? The TFLs are outstanding. The sacks are pretty bad. Pretty bad, to say the least. Love seeing 5 picks for Derek Stingley. However, 4 picks, Jimmy Ward. Looking at the yearly awards here. MVP, Lamar Jackson. Okay. And the AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Josh Jacobs. We're going to be Texas. John Mechie. Give him Comeback Player of the Year. 7th in Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive goes to Joey Bosa. We have Denzel Perryman. Make it here at number 6. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to CJ Stroud. Runner-up, Tank Dell. So that could be a superstar dev on the way for Mr. Stroud. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Will Anderson still. They love the TFLs, which is huge. I will trade all of these. If we have any other award winners, I will trade all of that for Will Anderson to go up to superstar because that's where he should be. Disrespect for him not to have a superstar right out the gate. Stroud coming number 8 for quarterbacks in his first season. Not bad. Dameon Pierce 6th. John Mechie wins wide receiver of the year over all these other guys. Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby. Let's go. Perryman making the short list. Just the cutoff for linebacker. Stingley runner-up for DB of the year. That's a little bit of a bummer. Would have felt. I mean, 5 picks still could get him a dev, but would feel a little bit more confident if he did win DB of the year. But all things considered, hell of a way to start this rebuild. Very, very optimistic about this Texans team going forward. Here's the end of the season. Before we look at the other, this is always the unveiling. CJ Stroud won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Was a star dev. He ends as an 80 overall with, let's go, +1 throw power up to a superstar here for CJ. I feel like we won this award with Bryce Young. I mean, maybe it's a little bit different because Bryce Young was a superstar already, but I think the last time we did a rookie, 2023 rookie It was Bryce Young, we won Offensive Rookie of the Year. We did not get the dev. But CJ Stroud now up to 91 throw power. He's got a +2, which is nice, and he sits on the superstar. Here's the big one, though. I would have even with the quarterback. I would trade CJ Stroud's dev to Will Anderson if he did not get a superstar dev. Let's see. We're going to be able to get him up to an 85 overall. We're going to find out, honestly, as soon as we spend this, because that would unlock a ability slot. If he did get his dev, rightfully so, though. Rightfully so. How are you not giving him superstar dev? Even if he sucks this year, based off of what he did in college, superstar dev minimum, starting the game. And a look at the rest of the roster. John Mechie makes the jump from normal up to star. After having a breakout season, the hidden dev on Tank Dell got unveiled as a star, and obviously the superstar boast for Mr. CJ Stroud on the defense. Will Anderson and Bryce Huff are two new superstar pass rushers. Denzel Perryman and Christian Harris both going from normal up to a star dev. I mean, I'm not going to complain about Jimmy Ward getting the dev, but I would have, that was kind of random for him to get that. I mean, I guess he did have a couple of interceptions here, but I would much rather Jalen Petrie in this situation to get a dev, but that is also what we were looking for. Derek Stingley Jr. getting the superstar. 5 interceptions, starting to pan out, starting to be that uber hype prospect out of LSU, and all it took was someone like DeMeco Ryans to bring the best out of him. Hopefully this is only the beginning. Hopefully next year that gold turns to a red boy. So looking at our last opportunity to negotiate contracts, I think Denzel Perryman, even though linebacker, sometimes you get a good role. Year 1, year 2, that's where you can see the Devin Whites, the Patrick Queens. Perryman was incredible last year. 130, really, really good production. Enough for me to be like, you know what? Even though there is not realistic tied onto this, and I should be going for the biggest, brightest upgrades I potentially get, I want to reward that guy. He played great. Give him a contract. Still got $77 million to hit the open market with. We'll be spenders as long as it's not a trash tier free agency role. We have a couple retirements here. Jerry Hughes, Case Keenum, the biggest of that. Thanks for your service, fellas. Especially Dare Ogunbowale. Appreciate ya. Hey, just peeking through. Pretty light free agency. I am going to try and get Christian Wilkins. D-tackle is my biggest need. I'm not going to overpay, but we are going to try, because if we get him, we're going to slide him into D-tackle. That is where I'm targeting right now in the first round. It's where I had my scout. Over the top big. Come on, baby. Sign on the dotted line. Christian Wilkins, welcome to the Houston Texans. I don't blame you, man. We're the hottest young defense in the NFL. I wonder what happens with that rating. Goes from an 87 defensive end. Could jump up, honestly, to the defensive tackle spot. Playing between Bryce Huff and Will Anderson. Goes from 87 to 90. Yes, sir. Whoa, okay. Forgot that first rounder wasn't ours. Holy, I thought we were going to have, a top 20 pick here. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. God, I hate how slow these menus are. But that's fine. Look, still waiting. Waiting to make my pick. God, optimize this shit. Madden. Oh my God, I just want to make my pick. Fuck. Imagine the clock was running right now. Alright, so pick 29 stings a little bit because I was scouting defensive tackles that were going, first, second rounder, which are most likely all going to be gone now. So let's take a look. Well, actually, we have one of the D-ends that would move to D-tackle scout here. Trey Hartwell. 6'6", 299, B block shed, A tackle. Honestly, not great, honestly. So we're going to see what else we got. So at the D-tackle spot, it's not as big as a need because we got Christian Wilkins. Terrell, as you can see, this is the spot that we scouted. There actually was a really nice D-tackle that's unfortunately already gone. So no real value here right now as it stands. So then we keep on, we pivot. We pivot a little bit. I like to look at this guy. It's going to be a little bit later on, but DeMeco Ryans might see something here. Harvey Cook, A pursuit, A tackle, B zone, B block shed, and the combine, pretty solid. Not elite across the board, a little slow. But that's a guy you feel comfortable taking round 3-4 because of the letter grades attached. But we don't, again, linebacker, not a massive need. We got Perriman back for another year. The continued development of Christian Harris, I'm fine with. Corners. Corners are always stacked, man. I don't know, there's been a couple years the corners aren't great. But, like, this is like, if your board gets just destroyed, always just go look at the corners. Luckily, I do need corners. So we have Richard Payne here. Looks pretty good. 20 yards, a little less than desirable, but does have elite acceleration, great speed, B's across the board, 6'3". Or we have this guy, Kenya Love. A catching, A man, B press, B zone. So he's better letter grades. If he has the combine to boot, this will be the guy that we are likely going to go with. And yeah, elite jumping, great acceleration, great speed. And it looks like we found ourselves a partner in crime with Derek Stingley. Kenya Love at a Toledo, a powerhouse for developing corners. He looks sick. Now we got pick 16 in the second round. We don't have a third round pick, so this really just kind of needs to be the highest player on our board because it's unlikely whoever else we would like would be available in the fourth round. Again, I think I want to continue to develop our offensive line there a little bit. D tackle. We do have one of those gigantic nose tackles here, Mike Dubois. See, that's how you pronounce that in Canadian. In Canadian terms, that's Dubois. In like American, what's that? Dubose. Anyways, A tackle, B blocks head, C's across the board at 331. Has elite strength. I'm gonna say this guy right now is the clubhouse leader. We still got Harvey Cook. I would love to get him in the fourth round if he continues to fall. We have Marquel Burgess at linebacker. Let's see, he was the highest, like, it was a weak linebacker class. He was the top middle linebacker. Yeah, poor acceleration, even though he ran a 4.5. Good straight line speed. That's an interesting linebacker. If I was desperate enough, I could potentially be persuaded. But I think given our needs, that guy actually looks decent at linebacker. I think given our needs, we'll grab that D tackle here. Mike Dubois. And gamble that there's going to be a dev trait there. Worst case, probably a decent rating because he is a gigantic nose tackle. We get the dev trait, 95 strength powerhouse. All right, fourth round, just bringing it live. Hopefully with that linebacker's still there. That'd be a fantastic role because you feel like, I don't know why I have that much information about that linebacker. Fuck, he's gone. Damn it. Felt like that's a guy like DeMeco Ryans wanted him. DeMeco Ryans like, that's the guy. I'm a linebacker guy. I can look, smell if they're going to be a good linebacker. And now the board is pretty brutal. I mean, Leon Campbell has the double B's here in terms of letter grades. B hip power, B zone. If he has a decent combine, it's not brutal. Sure, why not? Worst case, just about. Hey, let's go with the dev. Another one. Don't feel too bad about this first draft class here. Let's take another look at it. Ooh, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Got a 70 running back there late. Leon Campbell did pop hidden dev, 67. That's fine. He's not going to play. Mike Dubois, big old nose tackle, 74 hidden dev. And Kenya Love, this guy, what, was projected to go in the second round, 77 hidden dev. Already get a nice +2 boost, 97 speed, +3 speed boost, +1 jumping. It's all across the board, man. Love it. He's going to be able to play. He's probably going to be starting outside corner with Derek Stingley. And ultimately, I always just got to go see where's my D tackle that I want it. Can't remember which one it was. None of them look particularly good. So I'm very happy with the fact that we picked late and got, you know, second best player in the class. Year 2 for the Houston Texans. Offensively, just looking to build off of what we accomplished last year. CJ Stroud, Dameon Pierce, John Mechie, Tank Dell, all were great. As I continue to build on that. If John Mechie and CJ Stroud's connection continues, I could see depth trade increases for both of them. Same with Dameon Pierce. I think Dameon Pierce was probably on the offensive side of the ball the closest guy to getting a dev that didn't get one. Whole lot of touchdowns, maybe get a little bit more yardage. Could help get him up to superstar, and I would love to see that. Defensively, that's where we have our changes. Linebacker core shuffled around a little bit. Henry To'o is going to start at right outside linebacker, even though it's primarily going to be Harrison Perriman. Mike Dubois is going to get the start alongside our big free agency fish that we reeled in Christian Wilkins, now being used as a defensive tackle, not a 3-4 defensive end. And alongside, I mean, this secondary is looking nice right now with all the increased depth traits. But our top pick, Kenya Love, is going to start on the outside with Derek Stingley, with moving Shaq Griffin into the slot corner position. But this team only better. I'm going to be very disappointed if we somehow, some way take a step back here in year 2. Very optimistic we have a chance to push for playoffs here this season. Okay, we're on a little bit of an L streak. We started the season 2-0, but we're on a 3-game lose streak. and kind of like a middle of like a divisional cluster on our schedule. But a breakout scenario here for Jalen Petrie, looking to make the jump from star up to a superstar with a big performance here against the Jags, be it a collective defensive effort or Petrie stands out. Would love to get him superstar. I mean, him and Dameon Pierce are like the two guys I personally really like that I would love to see get off their star devs. Let's see if not only we can get back to our winning ways, which we unfortunately don't. Silver lining could be a dev trait breakup for Jalen Petrie on the back end, and he does. Let's go, man. 2 for 2 on the breakouts. Love to see it. So the midway point of year 2, not where we want to be, but still somehow tied for first place. 4 and 5. Looks like it's going to be a butt cheeks AFC South. And, well, if you're going to be bad, at least everyone else is bad. Let's look at some contracts here. This rebuild is always going to be excessive in terms of contracts because we're playing on a rookie quarterback contract for the entirety of this rebuild. So keeping that in our mind, obviously we got our 5th-year options here for Derek Stingley, and likely we'll also pick it up for Kenyon Green. But in terms of players looking to get paid, I mean, if Jimmy, I wouldn't hate bringing back Jimmy Ward on a 1 year. Let's bump this up 1 year, $10.5 million. What does that mean? Getting really tempting. Give you a little bit more and you'll sign next week? Good. At the end of year 2, it's coming out of crunch time. Week 17 beat the Patriots 35-14. We're sitting at 8-8, which is, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's kind of where we're at. But a win against Buffalo, we could be in. We could win the division. And our defense heating up 2 picks and a pick 6 for Derek Stingley last week against the Patriots. Just thriving on Mac Jones. They've seen each other before in the SEC. But the Bills are 15-1. Hopefully they're resting their starters. That would help. Oh, we lose ugly, dude. How do we go from having a top 5 defense to the 30th fucking defense, and my offense is somehow prolific? But how does my defense just RNG, just fucking close your eyes, spin the wheel, and that's where your defense is gonna finish? Brutal, dude. Missed the playoffs. Dak goes fucking. Oh, man. Guess one of those years. One of those, hey, it's Madden, never happened in real life type years. I mean, CJ Stroud played very well. 4,100 yards passing, 33 touchdowns, 14 picks, a little high. 1,600 yards, 20 touchdowns for Dameon Pierce. What a monster. Average 95 a game. John Mechie continues to thrive in the slot. 1,400 yards, 12 tutties. 1,008 for Tank Dell. I mean, even Dalton Schultz. I mean, everyone, great numbers on the offense. Defense, I guarantee, I swear to God, if we don't have sacks yet. Perriman's a machine. Christian Harris had nice years. I mean, sacks still suck. Luckily, the TFLs and the sacks combined are great. Will Anderson, good numbers. Christian Wilkins, good numbers. Huff's average. Mike Dubois, the rookie, average. Interceptions down, man. Denzel, you tell me Stingley did nothing until that 1 week? That's kind of butt cheeks. Kenny Love, our rookie corner, 2 picks, and he popped with a superstar dev. That is nice. What Dubois was our other hidden dev. What did he do? He also was a superstar. Everyone's being a superstar so far. He is just a star. That's fine. Whatever. We're not going to get too greedy, and likely we are going to face some dev regression this season. But man, what a waste of a year. One of those years, man. Ugh, gross. Across the board. Nothing. I mean, runner-up, Dameon Pierce for running back. John Mechie does win wide. Back-to-back years, John Mechie's been wide receiver of the year. Shaq Mason wins lineman of the year. He's already on star. He might know. He's on star. Could bump up to superstar for whatever that is truly worth at the end of the day. But man, oh man. Yeah, that's bothering me more than it should. Like, why? Why do we go from one of the best defenses? Oh, yeah, damn straight DeMeco Ryans got his defense to just fucking this. I think it might be good. It's time right now. Getting ready for year 3. It's 12 a.m. I'm officially 31. Hoot time. We'll be right back. All right, we're chilling now. And, man, the Falcons are good. Win the Super Bowl there. Congrats to them. Like, there were a team I was like, man, that's going to be a fun rebuild, huh? Bijan Robinson season. Falcons are freaking dope. Looking at our squad, though, ending the season, Dameon Pierce and Dalton Schultz go up dev trait unexpected. Maybe not. Schultz is unexpected. Shaq Mason won lineman of the year, which usually does give you a dev trait, so he's up to superstar. And Damian Pierce was a monster. He got this 100% off of the stats that he put up this season, which were absurd. Made the Pro Bowl as well. But how did Dalton... You know, again, tight end rankings, they must have fixed it in Madden 24 before. Like, tight ends were getting grouped in with wide receivers, and you never get dev traits on your tight ends. But 7 and 8, which is like, that's a solid tight end season. Is that good enough to go up dev trait? I guess in the eyes of Madden, it apparently is. Did he make the Pro Bowl, maybe? No. How did you get this? I'm not going to complain, honestly. At the end of the day, not going to complain. I'll take the free dev trait because we also extended him last season. On the defensive side, good and bad. The good is Will Anderson is now an X factor. I'm glad that Madden is not just strictly tying these dev traits to sacks. It must be some combination of sacks and TFLs because obviously he's getting a ridiculous amount of TFLs. Made the Pro Bowl this year. So maybe it's not all sacks. Will Anderson, I mean, you know, a TFL merchant, if you'll call him that, it's kind of similar to maybe Jadeveon Clowney, where Clowney was always like an elite run defender, never really developed as a pass rusher. Could be the case here for Will Anderson if you're at least trying to justify this. But we did lose a superstar on Huff, which kind of sucks. But we did gain a superstar for Christian Harris. We gained the superstar in season for Jalen Petrie. No dev trait regression for Perriman, which sometimes just happens when you get up there in age. Dubois was hidden dev from the draft class. He is star, and Love was hidden dev, and he is superstar at the end of his first season. Him and Derek Stingley. I mean, I would think that they're a dope duo, but honestly, given our defensive ranking, maybe not. For the offseason, picking up the fifth-year option for Stingley and Kenyon Green, obvious. We have $93 million. I'm just daring them. Got Wilkins year one, big fish. I'm daring them to give me another big fish because I'm ready to spend. Oh, of course. Of course you'd throw these two. Can I get a reroll? Can this be a... I don't even know what I need right now. Can this be a wide receiver? A 99 wide receiver? Can Justin Jefferson hit the open market, please? Can I get a reroll? Redo? I mean, Mark Cooper's there. If he had interest, I might be looking to add like a little veteran to the room. But, I mean, our wide receivers, we don't have that third guy. But our top two guys, and apparently now our tight end, who's superstar dev, getting the job done. So looking at the rest of free agency here. I mean, we don't need much. I like the rock and roll with what we got on the offensive line. Could always use a tackle, I suppose, to throw and challenge Titus Howard. But, again, like, what are we going to do? Get Tyron Smith for, like, a one-year rental? Probably not. Not exactly what we're looking for there. On the defense, doesn't get much better. Ugh. I mean, JOK's pretty... I mean, like, where's he going to play, though? Perriman is getting older. But we're also paying JOK like an edge rusher, which I'm not fine about. We'll see. Oh, that's so annoying. Can we fix that? Like... I get it, right? Because you get outside linebackers, you're gonna, you know, JOK is getting priced the same as Khalil Mack. However, like, can we tie this to archetypes? Can, like, archetypes dictate, you know, what the expected value of the I feel like maybe that'd be the workaround if we're never gonna get that true breakdown of like edge rushers versus linebackers, because that is frustrating. But knowing how boring free agency is and how much money that we have, I can justify it, I guess, in this case. Just to try to land something exciting. Because, you know, I wouldn't be shocked the next two free agency periods are just duds. Nothing but junk staring us in the face. So, to be a little aggressive here when we get a guy like JOK, why not? We'll see if we can land him. Obviously, our offer is gigantic for an off-ball linebacker. But, you know, he's an absolute monster, man. He fits what we're building for our linebacking core. The good news on a disappointing season is we have a top 10 pick. We sit here at pick 8, and the decision is coming on the offense. Where do we want to go? We need that third wide receiver. 4 Bs across the board for Jamie Cloud, but for a deep threat prototype, archetype, whatever you want to call it. Does have the elite acceleration, but generally not a crazy athlete. Definitely not looking like a top 10 for me right now. But this draft had a lot of depth at right tackle, which is where we want to add competition. Titus Howard And I was kind of surprised, man, with these grades. I mean, you know, there's value there. A and 3Bs for Grant Matthews down here to maybe not go right tackle here at pick 8. Weight. This guy is what a monster. 6'8", 330. Looks pretty good. He's projected to go second, third round. So, but I do think it might be a gamble. Because, I mean, we got this other guy, AA and a B for Shane Bloom. First, second round grade, though, which is a little bit, so you know he's going to be like, you know, low, mid-70s. Kind of his ceiling. Does have elite strength, second on the bench press. I think maybe the best, you know, you got Cam Quinton here, A and 3Bs, but the 3 A's on Ruben Mabin. Small school player, Boise State. Not used to seeing 3 A's like that. Of course, combine also, great athlete. Elite acceleration, elite jumping. More than enough reps on the bench press. 4th at the combine. I don't know why there's such a drop-off at the pro day. Got some guys on the gear there, I guess. But I'm thinking, I mean, like, you know, top 10 pick, right? I understand that the pressure is on because we're not going to have, hopefully, for here on out, a pick this high again. So you really want to make sure we hit on a home run. Even like the corners is not like a generational guy. That guy looks solid, nothing special. Save for the safety. So I think, honestly, we're going to go tackle. That is a great tackle. And I'm still not going to rule out if that Matthews guy's there. Still could also pull the trigger there and maybe move a couple of guys around on the offensive line. But Ruben Mabin, this is my first tackle that I've drafted in the first round here. Madden 24, and he looks a good one. 87 strength, 84 acceleration, hidden dev out of Boise State. There is your new right tackle. Oh, shit, we pick again? What? It's still the Deshaun stuff, isn't it? Oh, man. All right. I mean, that doesn't really change anything. I went with the highest guy on my board. Oh, shit. We got another pick here. We got that wideout. Is he still there? Jamie Cloud. But that doesn't even really scream like first-round pick. I grab that corner. Who would make the biggest impact right now? Good at D tackle. Our linebacker room we feel good about. Our safety room we feel good about. Could use a successor to Jimmy Ward, but that's kind of on the back burner. Like, all right, then think of the offense. Third wide receiver is a need, even though really our third wide receiver is Dalton Schultz. Could go offense. Ah, man, this is a... I mean, this is still a pretty good pick. We might be able to get a future first rounder, which in turn, especially where I think this team's going to be, it's going to be tough to get a lot of rookies that can play. But if you find like one of those generational top 5 guys next year, year 4, have that ammunition for that potential. And we get the first, that's this year, 2026, we get 2 firsts from the Bills. Pick 11. That seems a little rich. Would anyone offer 2 firsts for this pick? I wouldn't hate going back in this first round. What if that wide receiver's still there? If we trade back and we get a future first. Same here. We got Philly. We're looking to trade up. Oh, I'll take that. All right, get the 2 firsts. Move all the way to the back. And that's a team like Buffalo. Obviously wants to be super aggressive. Didn't win the Super Bowl, but we're really close. And it would be perfect if that 4B wide receiver is still here at 28. That's an easy pick for us. Damn it. Damn it! Of course, it would have been too easy. I mean, we still got some tackles. Like, this is the year of the tackle. Cam Quinton. I mean, that's a guy you can move in. I mean, Kenyon Green played everywhere on the offense. You could move, like, Kenyon Green into center. Who's our center right now? This rebuild's coming out the tracks. Because that tackle's the best guy. I hate to just sound it out in front of you guys here as I try to just collect my thoughts. Okay, let me see. If Kenyon Green could be a long-term play at center, because we got Juice Scruggs here. So we can move Kenyon Green to center, then you can move this tackle here to left guard. All right, that works. No, we're doing that. Because I think this guy, you know, if I can get 2 hidden dev linemen, we're laughing. They do not grow on trees. So let's see here. A triple B. Grant Matthews, gigantic human being. Can't quit. I don't even think we checked him out. Let's see what the combine says. Does he have anything that stands out? Not really. So that's going to be a guy that's probably going to be like 74 normal dev. Grant Matthews, on the other hand. Maybe is that size freaking up? That's just a gigantic guard. I think that'd be easily move inside the guard. Even with the legs, please have a hidden dev. Yes, sir. Let's go, baby. Offensive line is built. We are ready to go. All right, so my board is what it is right now. Nothing screaming. Couple decent options we could make, but like we did talk about, Jimmy Ward's getting up there in age. We could get his successor, and there is no wide receiver worth drafting. And look at this guy's name. Max Cox. Hey, he could be solid, man. A hit power, B tackle. C man is what it is. Be 6'2", 225, ran a 4.5. I think just name alone, man. We gotta go for this. Come on, have a dev. Hey, Max Cox, superstar dev. Oh, let's go, man. Hopefully this guy is huge for us. All right, so looking at our draft recap, base ratings. Yeesh. I mean, I guess I had a certain expectation here, but Maben and Matthews, 73, 72, hidden dev, respectively. Max Cox, he's going to be the guy. He's going to be a dude here. 72, free safety, going to be the successor to Jimmy Ward. We got Marquise Smith, 73, normal dev running back, sorry. And I got Connor Holman here. I just drafted the kicker. I thought that might have been a shot. He had A accuracy, only great kick power versus, elite. If you get the elite Nates, you usually got to be a generational guy. So, you know what, whatever. I got my board shot of this, and this guy was generational. I mean, 4th round, that's about the range that, like, really good kickers go, and 74 overall for a rookie is pretty solid, and got some nice depth there to close out the draft. But heavy on the offensive line. I would love to see one of these top 3 picks, and, of course, Max Cox have something better than a star dev. Year 3 for the Houston Texans, and here's how our offensive line shaked up. Kenyon Green in the... I'm pretty sure he played center guard and tackle at Texas A&M. Feel like it. I remember like his last battle. I think he started as a center. Then he went to tackle. Then he went to... I don't know. If I'm wrong, my apologies. Hoots were had. Hads were hoots. But with that, we were able to take Matthews, who was that second offensive lineman. We're going to gigantic man, 6'8", whatever. We're going to put him in there at left guard. And we're going to go with Maben at the starter here at right tackle. Therefore, Titus Howard, kind of surplus. Probably start on... some teams for sure. Don't know what his value would be. I'd love to add a 3rd wide receiver. Let's see if we get any offers. I saw we'll get Shi Smith from the Bears. Yeah, I guess he's 26. Ugh. Anything younger? Whoa, pause. What are we? EDP? Oh. But who has depth at wide receiver? Not only who has depth at wide receiver, who can afford this? Look at all these teams in the negative. Very much limiting the pool of players I could trade for. Now, the Jets here are looking for a tackle. Of course, they would just freaking draft a superstar somewhere. Again, nothing there. Green Bay needs a right tackle. Hello, Green Bay. They're not known for their wide receivers, but maybe they got something here. Deontay Hardy. Dontavian Wooks. Okay. Who else? Patriots. They all... Oh, Jesus Christ. We're going from shit to shittier in terms of wide receiver rooms. They got someone named DeAndre Coffey. Where did Tyquan Thornton just got released? Not good enough to make the squad? Pittsburgh desperately needs a... Ooh, okay. This is where we might be able to strike a trade. Hey, you want to give up George Pickens? Deontay Johnson, KJ Osborne. They got Jamie Cloud. I guess that is a hidden dev rookie. Well, look, it's this guy. 70. He has a dev trait. 72. 6'1", 9. All right. Hey, you want to do business? Give me this guy. I'll give you your right tackle that you so desperately need. And you know what? Because he's a little bit older... Sweeten the pot. I'll give you a 5th round pick. And to even more sweeten the pot, I'm going to give you a couple 7th rounders that I don't want to have. Come on, let's go. So there we go. We had a new third wide receiver that has some upside to pair that with John Mechie and Tank Dell. And I suppose with how everyone's been trending on the offense, Tank Dell, you're next one up, boss. Get that superstar. I love to see John Mechie become an X factor. Canadian buys aside, and obviously CJ Stroud as well. Defensively, ready to go. Will Anderson Jr., new X factor. We got JOK in free agency. As you know, overpaid, but him and Harris, I think, are going to be sensational for us. Secondary has never looked better or stronger, especially with the addition of Max Cox. For the specialist here, that's what we're rocking and rolling with JOK Harris as our linebackers. Why is our right defensive end a guy that the computer just auto-signed? No! Disagree with this. We'll correct this, and we'll get into year 3 where absolutely we need to be double-digit wins, competing for the division, competing for first-round bye. Midway point of year number 3. Well, better than last year. 5-4, trying to compete for the AFC South. Winnable stretch of games here outside of Kansas City. We got $71 million. It's time to finally pay a little bit of the piper here. First up, we got Dameon Pierce, 4-year, not even budget. We don't pay running backs, but we do sometimes when they're that good. We have John Mechie. Let's see if we can get all these guys on, like, not having to overpay, because why not, right? More money, the better. Jalen Petrie, I think we're going to have to up this one. Not overly interested, but we were able to get him now on a 4-year player-friendly deal. Christian Harris, who's also a superstar dev. We're going to go for him a 4-year contract. Now, I do see Jimmy Ward here. We got Max Cox, right? So we appreciate everything Jimmy Ward has done. And he knows he's the writings on the wall here. That's why that re-interest is really, really low. He knows we got Max Cox back there. And, hey, go out strong this year. How will we go out lifting a Super Bowl trophy? We're choking this again. We were 8-5, sitting atop of the division. And now we're on just a losing skid. Awesome. Not even looking competitive against the Ravens. We finish up here against the Niners, who are one of the best teams. Hey, look at that. Finished a little better, but look at that. Mid, across the board, offense 19th, defense 18th. Weird, like, just no consistency. That has been, the only thing consistent is Dak putting up a stupid stat line for a mid quarterback. I do like seeing Derek Stingley up there for interception. 6 picks on the season. The redemption arc for him has been strong in this rebuild. And that I am happy for. But my God, CJ Stroud just stinker of a year in comparison to his first 2 years. 26 touchdowns, not good. And it's not like we gained those touchdowns running the ball. Dameon Pierce with his worst season of the rebuild. Mechie and Tank Dell going over 1,000's cool, I guess. There's one win for the offense. Defensively, Christian Harris and JOK worked out well as a tandem. Christian Harris pretty much picked up the Perriman stat line. JOK chipped in 4 interceptions. Will Anderson, 18 TFLs, 8 sacks is good. And, now in Madden's eyes, the fact that the TFLs are almost as important as sacks, I'll take that. 26 contributions for Will Anderson is very good. Bryce Hoff was solid. Christian Wilkins dominant in the run game. Exactly what we needed him to do. And Derek Stingley, tied for the league lead in interceptions, is a dub for him. But my God, the team success, the sim inconsistency, it's almost, that's almost all you can focus on. Like, what do we got to do to get this team into a rhythm? Because I don't know. I honestly don't know off the top of my head right now. Looking at all the award winners here, not seeing much in terms of Texans in any of these awards. There we go. Stingley, 6 picks, DB of the year. He's looking for that red dev. That'd be badass. Well, if we're going to underperform, at least the Eagles end up winning the Super Bowl. That is pretty cool. I wonder if we'll get a Derek Stingley little sneak peek here. DB of the year. Yes, sir. Did he get his X Factor? Yes, sir. Derek Stingley redemption arc complete. He's at least added his name up there in the same area code as Sauce Gardner. No longer is it, man. Derek Stingley's no Sauce Gardner. We are balling with him. I'm going to give him a captaincy. Put the old C on the vest there. Does he get it? Of course not. That doesn't work. Well, that's huge. Stingley X Factor, baby. Let's go. As it stands for the rest of the team for dev traits, I'm going to guess Schultz lost his, which he did. No other dev traits down, which is fine. Maven, hidden dev rookie, star dev. Matthews, hidden dev rookie, star dev. So, I mean, everything checks out on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, Christian Wilkins with the insane TFLs goes up to Superstar. Stingley up to X Factor. Max Cox Star. Jalen Petrie unfortunately lost his Superstar, but we gained an X Factor on Christian Harris, who has had an outstanding development. Maybe as good, even better than Derek Stingley in this room. So I love the fact that, like, our homegrown talents are, like, this rebuild so far, even though we haven't had the playoff success, has been like, if you're a Texan fan, all your players that could be good in real life have panned out in this rebuild so far. But, man, I don't know what the winning combo is here to start getting some freaking wins. Because we're 3 years in, 0 playoffs, and I feel like our team's really good. Well, in the free agency, just give me a wide receiver drop, and we got Tyler Lockett. Really? Out of everybody. All of them? That's it? That's all you could scrape up? Tyler Lockett. Nothing at corner as well. You know, looking for that third corner. So, to the draft we go. All right, so looking at the draft, now that I know this year that I actually have 2 first-round picks, the discussion of trading up. And I scouted what I thought were going to be the 3 best players in the class. One is the #1 overall pick here, which likely, I don't know if we're going to be able to trade out. He looks sick. 3 A's and a B. Isaiah Weston, 6'2", 300 pounds, elite acceleration, agility, change of direction, speed. Bench press is not anything crazy, but it's still 30 plus. That guy looks incredible. I also scouted what I thought might be the best wide receiver, and it's a value pick. Deontay Monroe, 2nd, 3rd round with a 1st, 2nd round talent. So this could be that 3rd wide receiver competition anyways with the guy we just traded for from the Steelers. But this guy, Deontay Monroe, looks fairly interesting. Big body receiver, runs a 4.5, low 4.5. Oh, we got this thing. I saw 3 A's, and I scouted, and it's still didn't give me the impact blocking. But this guy also looks like an absolute animal. Elite strength, 40 reps on the bench press. I mean, we could always use a guard, and I'm very interested when a guard looks like that. Every couple years, man, look, this guy, Brinkley, potentially, if you get that awareness. 3 A's on a lineman. That's what we kind of used last year. Ended up panning out. This Gaddis guy looks even better, but I guess the real question, Weston looks like he'd be worth trading up multiple first rounders for. Let's see who's wheeling and dealing right now. He's not even going 1st overall. 2nd overall pick. And we have picks 15, okay, 15, 23. That guy looks really good, doesn't he? So, I don't know how the Bengals got picked too. Joe Burrow, injuries are off. I was going to say Joe Burrow must have got hurt. But what they look for a pick 2, no thanks, no thanks, the pick haul. So they want both our first this year and next year's firsts. A 2 and a 3, that's expensive. And I don't really need D tackle. But that is like a pass rushing D tackle, and I need sacks. And the fact that this D tackle looks like baby Aaron Donald, I think this is the right move. Even though, you know, last year we got Dubois. He's not this guy. So basically shipping out this draft and the 1st round pick next year. Isaiah Weston, welcome to Houston. And he looks okay. Honestly, actually, maybe not as good as I thought. Shit. I was thinking, I'll hope you see some 90s. 90 acceleration, something crazy like that. I mean, still looks pretty good. All right, moment of truth. Did we mortgage the future, at least in terms of adding draft players, on a bad pick? Nope. Isaiah Weston, 83. That dev is gotta be at least a gold. Looks worth it. Oh, yeah, man. Almost, you know, this is Jalen Carter 2.0. But look at this. Already walks in the NFL, the 11th ranked D tackle. You pair that with Christian Wilkins, who's a TFL monster. I think we made the right call. Always try to move pieces around. Detroit Lions were interested in Mike Dubois, but didn't offer me what I was looking for. I need a corner. I need a 3rd corner. Tyreek Stevenson is in the final year of his rookie contract. 2 years older. They're both 79 star. I had to throw in a right outside linebacker because that was their top need, and a 4th round pick to get it done. But we're able to land that 3rd corner that can contribute. Plus, we have more than enough salary cap to be able to pay him. So here for the Houston Texans, which it's fair to say, while we've like developed nicely, underperforming. We are underperforming for the amount of talent that we have. Offensively, no weakness. That is a complete offense. Okay, maybe you can make the argument you don't have an X factor yet, but I think it's coming if this team shows any sort of consistency on the offensive side. Defensively, all in on DeMeco Ryans to get his defense right. Harris and JOK are going to be our main linebackers there. We have Jalen Petrie and Max Cox at safety. Very bullish on Max Cox. And then, you know, Stingley X Factor, loves a superstar. And we have Tyreek Stevenson now. Look at that. See, before that, we had like a sub-70 third corner. Throw him in the mix. That is an outstanding secondary with a defensive line that has a TFL monster in Wilkins, who just got superstar. Will Anderson X Factor, and trading the farm to land this Jalen Carter-esque, Aaron Donald potential defensive tackle prospect who's going to be just an absolute monster for us. So like to see week 7, 41-20 over the Colts. Send a message that yes, we're 3-3, but we're still better than you. My God, Joe Burrow, 18. He's on the what? Joe Burrow's on the Jags? Please, man, I can't defend this. Please don't still have Trevor Lawrence there. Like, at least at some way, shape, or form, found yourselves in a way to trade away Trevor Lawrence. Please don't have both of them. Please don't have... Oh, they don't. Oh, shit. Where the hell's Trevor Lawrence at? Take a guess right now. What team is Trevor Lawrence currently on? I'm going to guess Commanders? Interesting. Where's Kyler Murray? LA, okay. Jared Goff's also back. All right, so I mean, this seems like a rabbit hole here. We'll get down with this for the next 15 minutes trying to just understand the landscape of quarterback. We're 3-3. This is year 4. That is really not that good. We need to step it up, and it's great knowing now Jags have a freaking cheat code in Joe Burrow, one of the best sim quarterbacks. Sensational. It's just sensational. We have $84 million. Kenyon Love needs to get picked up as 5th-year option, so it still gives us lots of wiggle room here to make some guys even richer than they already are. So we're going to start here with Shaq Mason, superstar guard. Get him on a 2-year deal. Get him locked in for the remainder of the rebuild. We have Laramie Tunsil. Always likes resetting the market. 1 year, $27 million. Maybe not reset the market, but that is a pretty penny for his services for the remainder of the rebuild. Kenyon Green making that transition to center has been very huge for us. Kind of building the best offensive line. I think we can come back, give him a little more scratch. He will sign on. Tyreek Stevenson did make the trade for this to just kind of be a one-off, so up that here just a little bit. 3 years, $15 million for our slot corner. We have Tank Dell, who's been awesome. Very consistent. I think he's been at close, flirting with that superstar dev, but obviously he's been second fiddle to John Mechie for most of this rebuild. We'll get Derek Stingley, X Factor. Awesome. Very stoked that he developed into what we know he could and should be. And I think with our remaining money, we should be able to get Kenyon Green across the line and have a little bit of breathing room come the offseason. All right, finally, postseason. 11-6 here in year 4, winning the AFC South. We finish with just a weird kind of offense, but top 5 offense, top 10 defense with the #1 rushing defense, which I am happy to see. Looking at the leaders here, I always like seeing our guys at the near the top. No one there. Hopefully, CJ Stroud played well, considering our passing offense at face value doesn't look amazing. I mean, those are kind of bottom thresholds. 3,600 yards, three bills there in the touchdown department, only 7 interceptions. So he's cut down on the interceptions, which is good. 15 and 11 for Dameon Pierce. Love seeing that. John Mechie crushing it. 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, 7-6 for Schultz. Maybe a little underwhelming for Tank Dell, all things considered. Defensively, JOK, Christian Harris getting their tackles. The sacks. Oof. Okay, well, Will Anderson has his worst year. Little worry, we might lose that X factor. Isaiah Weston, though, as a rookie, sold the farm for him. 3 first-round picks, 62 tackles, 20 TFLs, 8 sacks. What's the def? Please be X factor. Yeah, baby, let's go. Make that trade every day. That is going to be huge. We just got to get them all going at the same time. Like last year's sim defensive numbers, way better. Right? Way better for Anderson, way better for Wilkins. Now, if we can get Weston, like we got to just get them all. It's like they're not peaking at the same time right now. It's a little frustrating. I don't know how I can kick them all equally in the ass to get them in line here. But still good enough. We had good rankings, able to make the playoffs. Let's take the wins as they come. Definitely not a win knowing Joe Burrow's in the goddamn division. Any award winners for the Houston? Isaiah Weston, Defensive Rookie of the Year, already an X Factor, so we'll take whatever extra XP we potentially earn from that. And runner-up for D lineman was Weston. I mean, absolute home run of a pick. Love that. No award winners. But, I mean, we've had award winners throughout this rebuild through 3 years. And no playoffs. I will gladly trade award winners for the playoffs. First round, Chargers. I mean, they're not particularly special. We got a good passing offense, Justin Herbert. But defense looks pretty weak. Something that I would think we're the favorites in this matchup. At least get our first playoff victory. And we get it. 23-20 with a player of the week. Setting up a divisional matchup here against Kenny Pickett, Najee Harris, George Pickens, and the Steelers. And it's Will Anderson. Hey, there we go. I love seeing those sacks. 4 tackles, 3 sacks. Even though Justin Herbert also got player of the week against us, Will Anderson trumps it. Defense wins in this favor. Now it is a divisional round matchup against Pittsburgh, who have a terrible offense, really, really good defense. TJ Watt and company, number 2 defense in the NFL. I think we should win. I feel kind of confident that we'd be able to get this one done, but Steelers are, oh, we do. Ugly, 16-10. Well, that sets up a championship game against the cheat code. Kansas City, top 5 in offense and defense. I mean, you know, if we don't win this one, it's going to be pretty easy to dust ourselves off because they're the boss. They are the final boss. They're going to get, oh, shit, we beat them. 41-35. What? What is that? How do you have, like, the bipolar there? Barely score against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then against KC, we just turn it on. Holy. Goes to overtime, double overtime. 5 touchdowns, Mahomes. 3 for CJ Stroud. What a game. 3 rushing touchdowns. John Mechie over 100 yards defensively. Nothing. Was the friggin' sod father there? Just saying, oh, the Chiefs are in a big game. Let's just make sure the field's terrible so the other team can't get a pass rush. That's never happened before. Hell yeah, though. Let's go. Year 4 Super Bowl run. Oh, shit. Is there Kyler Murray doing like, I forgot, they got Trevor Lawrence. I was going to say, is there Kyler Murray doing like our Kyler Murray right now? Is that how the 9-8 Cardinals are in the Super Bowl? But they are somehow here, and I don't want to sound overconfident. Super Bowl's huge. I guess we spent Isaiah Weston's Defensive Rookie of the Year on here. We'll pump that right into Power Rusher. I don't want to say too overconfident. We haven't had much playoff success, and we are clearly riding a high right now. But I don't see a single reason why we should not be winning this Super Bowl. We are the stronger team. They don't even belong in the Super Bowl. They're on that Cinderella run. It is time to crush their dreams. They're 83 overall. If this isn't a win, I'm worried. If not now, win for this Texan team to win a Super Bowl. It's in Miami. Guys are feeling good. CJ Stroud locked in. Dameon Pierce ready to run someone over. John Mechie, a freaking hero. We got Arizona who just keeps flip-flopping quarterbacks. They're not doing it the right way. Somehow they do strike first. We had to settle for a field goal, but a turnover by the defense. Able to get our first touchdown on the board, but kind of a chill first quarter. Oh, let's go, baby. Come on, second half. As it closes, we get the touchdown to round it up. They're able to get the field goal. This is a very close game here. Field goal to the Cardinals. This is a hell of a draw. I want to come in. I'm going to come in. 3rd and 8, at least just for one pass. I'm a little worried. We'll go draw. I won't even take the 4 verts. Won't even take it. I want to get this one quickly to John Mechie. Move the chains. Give our team a chance. Boom. Mechie gets separation matched up against, I think that's Zaven Collins. Cuts up field. Nice little gainer there. Modest Super Bowl. CJ Stroud, 180 yards, 1 touchdown. But able to get a touchdown there. Come on, defense. It's Trevor Lawrence. He's not a god. Oh, let me turn it over, dude. I think we're... fuck did we lose that? Oh my God. We're not winning the Super Bowl. We don't win it now. Fuck, we are not getting an easier game. All right, we're going to throw the kitchen sink here. Final free agency. Very worried that we're not going to get a Super Bowl win. So we're going to look at Marlon Humphrey. Has experience playing slot for the Baltimore Ravens. That'd be a huge get. He's the top available free agent. Al-Shaair at linebacker. Just because we do have that one linebacker spot we've kind of been ignoring. We can plug and play him. And Kenyon Green didn't pick up my contract offers. Want to go test free agency. We're still going to show... Why don't we get... Who did he pick? Oh! What? Oh! All right, pressure's on. Pretty faded here, and gonna try to blind pick in the final pick of the second round. See if we can get a stud. Let's see. See if we can weather the conditions here and find a good player here. That guy is the extremes. You can find like an interior, safe interior lineman pick. Might be that guy there, Zach Manley. Sometimes you can get a bigger DN that's clearly going to move to D tackle. Oh, nothing there really. D tackle. Mathis looks solid. Do we still be available? Come on, man. Ooh. Ben, not 252 with the double A's. Combine's probably butt cheeks. It's not really. All right, he's the most interesting guy. Might not be the going for BPA or whatever, but late, the final projected draftable right outside linebacker. Maybe the rating will save us. That could be 70 plus. I'll take it. So two things I want to see. One, oh, 75, dude. Let's go. I was bummed out. Blind picked. He was like day 3. 75 linebacker. Hell yeah. All right. But also, because we essentially punted on this draft, was there like anybody better than the D tackle we got? Absolutely not. We made the right call. Year 5 for the Houston Texans. I'm going to be honest, this is like a 14-win team. Anything less will be very, very frustrating. Offensive line has come together nicely. Center doesn't matter. Sorry, Jason Kelsey. Appreciate you. Everything else is kind of holding on. I mean, no one took that gigantic leap to become an X factor on the offensive side of the ball. Thought there was definitely a moment where John Mechie could, because he won wide receiver of the year 2 years in a row. Dameon Pierce had some big-time years, and they've all kind of struggled for that consistency, which is the buzzword of this rebuild. But still more than enough firepower. That is a Super Bowl winning offense. Clearly made it last year. Defense, though, I think they're ready to take the next level. Weston, Will Anderson, Stingley, Harris, and then you mix in Max Cox. That's the number 1 defense in the NFL right there. Pair that with one of the best offenses. I'm thinking 12, 13 wins. To be humble, could be as high as 15. And obviously, we're winning the Super Bowl. All right, revenge tour season is upon us. Year 5, we win the AFC South. 12-5. We got matched up against the Chargers. Never an easy opponent. Hailed them last year, but like looking at this, like they have a better offense than us. We have a better defense. So, how do we get to this point? Well, CJ Stroud, again, just zero consistency. I guess like the touchdowns are down, but the interceptions are cut in half. But like it's just, I don't know, man. And look, now he's just running the football. This has been Texans playbook this whole rebuild. And now I don't know where CJ Stroud, who like I think like the year that he had 30-some, had 0 rushing touchdowns. He just gets 5 now, I guess. All right, well, he finished with 29 tutties. Makes it seem a little bit better. John Mechie, incredible in this rebuild. 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. He gets game ball, I think, on the offensive side of the ball. Even more consistent than Dameon Pierce. Tank Dowell, good role player. Dalton Schultz, not too bad for a tight end. Defensively, JOK and Harris. Ooh, JOK, 5.5 sacks. We finally get some sacks! 18 TFLs, 9 sacks. Has kind of been on brand for Will Anderson, but Isaiah Weston, the X Factor D tackle, 17 TFLs on 72 tackles, 12 sacks. Love it. Man, wish Derek Stingley didn't peak that 1 year with like 6 picks, but not bad. You don't need interceptions. Justify good secondary. You can be other ways. Yearly awards MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. I don't think we're going to have... I mean, that no one on that team really screamed award winner, if I'm being honest with you. We did not. A couple bridesmaids, no brides. Let's take a look at our records then. Stat-wise. What have we accomplished throughout this 5 years before we embark this journey for a Super Bowl title? 19,000 yards passing for CJ Stroud to go on with 144 tutties to 50 picks. Just get consistency. I've yet to find a consistent sim rebuild team over 5 years in Madden 24. Maybe the Panthers with Bryce Young was like the best one yet. Philly, obviously we won a bunch of Super Bowls there. But it's been like just hit like some years 35 touchdowns, other years 24 touchdowns, and you're getting rushing tutties. What is that about? 8,300 yards, 67 touchdowns. Dameon Pierce, really reliable, averaged 85 yards in his career so far. The receiving end, 6,100 yards, 58 touchdowns for John Mechie. What a success story. Dalton Schultz there. Tank Dell, 4,300 yards, 29 tutties. On the defensive side, Christian Harris, in terms of homegrown guys, 622 tackles, also developed into an X factor for us. On the sacks front there, 34 sacks, 86 TFLs for Will Anderson, starting out his career. Again, giving more Jadeveon Clowney vibes, like super hype player, doesn't ever really get the sack production, but still really good and can contribute in other ways. Because obviously the TFLs have been thriving for Will Anderson. Bryce Huff, he probably take credit for this. Making that trade, just kind of a nothing trade, ends up developing into a superstar rusher for us. And I think more of a stopgap. He was that guy that could carry the boats while Will Anderson was developing. And that was very important. And then Isaiah Weston, who knows where this guy would finish up, but looks like an incredible generational type talent. Derek Stingley finished with 18 picks, 11 picks for Jalen Petrie. So I do think what we said, I think it was probably in year 3, rings true for this rebuild, is that if you are a Texan fan, everybody that you think could be good on your team got good in this video. Mechie was good. Pierce was good. Stroud was good. Tank Dell was solid. But on the defensive side, you want to see a breakout of Christian Harris. He was good. Will Anderson, he was good. Derek Stingley, he was good. Jalen Petrie, up to a 90 overall. He was also pretty damn good. So I think I'm ready to go to war with this team, man. We are nervous. And it's going to happen. Eventually, there's going to be a rebuild that we don't win. Everyone has to be the first. I've never gone 32 for 32. But I feel pretty comfortable going to war with this squad. Handle business. We're going through the West here. Beat the Chargers, set up a matchup against the Raiders. And from that game, we have JOK. There we go. 11 tackles, 2 sacks. Recovered his own fumble. That's some momentum for the defense. Man, Riley Moss, too. 2 interceptions. Is he on my pink slips short list here? He might be. Anyways, carrying on. We got Vegas. Look at the Vegas Raiders here. Top 5 offense. Josh Jacobs crushing it. Number 1 rushing offense. A good rushing defense. They do both those things well. Okay. Well, we do everything else, and we're the better team. So, I don't think... And we are not, like, flexing on anybody. These are all modest, respectable wins, not blowing anybody out. Up next, we got the Jets. And I feel like with the confidence we gained last year beating the Kansas City Chiefs in the sim, I like our chances against anybody. Jets are good. 88 overall is not a bad team to build up, led by Quinnen Williams. I think I got our own D tackle here now that we feel pretty comfortable with. But we're 91 overall. We are the best team. And if we can beat Kansas City, I think we can handle the New York Jets. But if not, I've already prepared. We don't even have to worry about it. I'll say I've already prepared my rant about the Houston Texan team and failing me and being my first L. Still have a chance, but at least we have an opportunity in the Super Bowl. It's a rematch against Trevor Lawrence and the Cards. But in the championship game, CJ Stroud gets AFC Player of the Week, 274 yards through the air, 2 total touchdowns. Weston at D tackle gets 2 sacks, setting up a rematch God damn, the Cardinals getting to back-to-back Super Bowls. Who would have thought dumping the Oompa Loompa and bringing in football Jesus is what the Cardinals need to get back on top? That's not going to happen. Don't get any ideas for our series, please. Okay? Kyler is absolutely stuff. Look at that, 28 touchdowns and 2 picks. Get one of those weird sim seasons. I will say we'll be maybe a little more hands-on to try and get this Super Bowl, but it still will be predominantly done in the sim and earned by this squad if they truly are deserving of winning the Super Bowl. But looking at the tail of the tape here, Arizona, the number 8 overall offense. We're number 11. They have the number 1 overall defense, even though that's just points. They have the number 11 pass defense, number 11 rush defense, where we have the number 8 and number 1. I like to think I mean, okay, I get it. They give out less points. We have the better defense. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get our revenge here. And we'll call it right here, right now. 3. I can come in 3 times. 3 total. If I need more, if it gets too one-sided, too bad. I said 3. We've come to 3. Doesn't mean I need to use all 3. But we will see. Opening drive. Both teams fail to score. First points of the game go to Arizona. We're able to get down there, get the first touchdown, go up 7-3. Arizona gets 2 quick scores. Let's go Dagger. Go on the 16. Tank Dell. Yeah, they get a lot of guys here. We don't like it. Do it ourselves. Get that block. Dive for it. Let's go. He had his most rushing touchdowns, 5 rushing tutties. Put it to work there. Here we go down the field. This is 3rd down. This will be opportunity 2 that I'm coming in. I'm only gonna have 1. I'm gonna have to sit on it till the 4th. Make this count. Let's make this count. Hold on to it. Yes. Dalton Schultz smashed up Buda Baker. Those guys are both veterans of the twilight of their career right now. But we're able to get that one on board. But man, this team is scaring me here. We get that go-ahead score. We get this stop. We're looking good. Up 4. Oh, we did it. They went for it on 4th down. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is perfect. Come on. Oh, we smashed him anyways. That is going to be incomplete. They'll get one more. It's over. No more chances. Very rare. The very rare C4 defensive rebuild sim Super Bowl victory. But we survived. And luckily, it was exactly the 3 that I called. The 3 interjections. The 3 bonuses. Am I annoyed that I had to hop in? Am I annoyed that if I feel like I didn't get on the sticks, this would have been our first L of the year? A little bit. But it's my birthday. I'm feeling pretty good right now, if you know what I'm saying. We're going to take it. I can't have my first L fall on my birthday. Houston, CJ Stroud. I actually don't think it really was CJ Stroud. I don't think he played particularly good. Look, my cat has been chilling for like most of this. Does anyone else's cat just sit on the back of their seats? Later, dude. Anyways, successful rebuild. And with that, I ask you guys, let me know in the comment section below what team you want to see me rebuild next. Smash the like button, be cool on my birthday. You know, 2,000 likes is kind of like the ceiling of, like, I can hit that sometimes. That'd be pretty cool if we could hit that here. What team to rebuild next? I know Tampa's been a popular one. I'm kind of waiting on Tampa. I feel like Tampa's like a good, like, I want to have a realistic class ready for a certain player to go to Tampa. I've seen a guy keeps asking me about Denver. That could be a cool one. But either way, let me know in the comment section below what team you guys want to see next. And I'll see you back here on the next one. Till then, it's your boy C4 saying peace out. Love ya. Have a good one.